Hey everyone, and welcome to the Cressona Mall in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Today I have a gem of a mall to show you that I've covered twice on this channel previously, but today I want to bring you an updated look and tell the full history of the Cressona Mall. So let's get inside and take a look around. In March 1969, plans were revealed for a new shopping center. Mark Realty Company of Kingston, Pennsylvania acquired a 35-acre plot of land from Cressona Incorporated. Construction was scheduled to begin in the spring of 1970. This new shopping center would be known as the Cressona Plaza. Plans called for a major department store and a grocery store chain, additional smaller shops, and possibly a hotel. In late 1971, Wise Markets filed a suit for $11 million in damages against Mark Realty Company, which it claims backed out of an agreement to include a Wise Markets at the new plaza. This claim was later dismissed in 1972. In January 1972, it was announced that Hill's department store would open at the mall, and it was also announced that a W.T. Grant would open. It was also revealed that a Holiday Inn would be the hotel to be constructed. In the same article, it was announced that the construction of the plaza as a whole would begin in spring of 1972 instead of 1970 as stated earlier. On Tuesday, October 2nd, 1973 at 10 a.m., Hill's department store officially opened. On February 18th, 1974 at 10 a.m., Grant's officially opened. The store at the Cressona Mall will be a new concept by Grant's called Grant City. Grant City stores are larger in size, however they lacked uniform size and layout. It's unclear when exactly the interior mall opened, but from newspaper articles the first business to open in the mall was Rogers Business Center, which opened on August 23, 1974. Other businesses to follow were Miners National Bank, Luca's Pizza, Bavarian Pretzels, Carlone's Ice Cream, Ray and Derrick Drugs, and more. On Tuesday, October 1st, 1974, an Acme Supermarkets opened at the mall adjacent to Hill's. In January 1976, it was announced that Grant's would be closing as a part of Grant's reorganization efforts, which eventually turned into bankruptcy for the chain. In August 1976, Cinema 61 held their grand opening. A reel of film was cut by the family who would operate the small cinema. On Sunday, April 18, 1982 at 9:30 a.m., Lane Department Store held their grand opening in the former Grant space. Lane department stores were a type of store operated by the Lane Co. supermarket chain. In November 1983, Bonanza Steakhouse would open in the mall. In October 1986, Cressona Partnership Limited purchased the mall. The new owners will be focused on a facelift for the mall, filling the inside tenants and a possible expansion. The new owners held a rededication and ribbon cutting ceremony on Saturday, January 31st, 1987 at 10 a.m. In late 1990, the Cressona Mall will be sold to DAC Realty of Claymont, Delaware, at which time more than $5 million owed by the mall would be paid off. On Wednesday, October 17, 1990, a Western Sizzle and Steakhouse opened in the space formerly occupied by Rocky's Restaurant. On November 5, 1992, Goodwill opened a new superstore format in the mall. At the time, Goodwill was at a different spot than it is today. In 1994, an Insulenco's Grocery would open and operate out of the now former Acme space. In January 1995, Lanco announced that it would be closing. The store would close on March 4th that same year. Later in June of 1995, Insulenco's Grocery announced that it would open in the now former Lanco department store. The store would open on November 30th, 1995. The smaller Insulenco's in the former Acme space would close at the other end of the mall when this one opened. On February 17, 1996, Staples opened at the mall. Hills would also expand in 1996 into half of the former Insulenco space, and the occupancy in the mall was great as well. Only 4 stores were vacant during this time. In September 1997, Insulenco's became a buy-low under a name change from the parent company, Penn Traffic Co. Over the years, Cressona Mall would host a variety of tenants such as Genie's TV, Electronics and Appliances, Marie's Corner, which featured a complete line of junior and Mrs. sizes, Costa's York Candy, which was a longtime tenant in the mall, Eye Care Optical, featuring all the latest designer glasses, Crocodile Alley, a video game and amusement arcade, Dollar Annie, a bargain-type store that sold most items for $1 or less, Reliable Home Supply, which sold a variety of appliances and furniture, and Miners Bank, a tenant from the mall's opening. In July 1998, it was announced that Giant Foods would buy the Bilo at the mall and open a supermarket in its place. Also around this time, it was announced that an Advanced Auto Parts would open in the other half of the Insulenco space at the south end of the mall, and Dollar General would open a store in the vacant space between the mall and Staples. Bilo would close in September of 1998, and soon in December of 1998, it was announced that Giant had signed a lease with the mall and was already starting work in the old Bilo. In 1998, Ames acquired the Hills department store chain. The store at the Cressona Mall would be converted to a Hills in 1999 after a short clearance sale to liquidate all the merchandise before remodeling the store to Ames. On Thursday, July 22, 1999, Ames would open in the former Hills space, but it would be short-lived. On Wednesday, September 22, 1999 at 8 a.m., Giant Food Store held their grand opening. In August 2002, the parent company of Ames announced that it would close all 327 of its stores. The Ames at the Cressona Mall would close in October 2002. In September 2004, it was announced that Ollie's would open a store in part of the former Ames. On Tuesday, March 15, 2005, Ollie's held their grand opening. Ollie's only took up less than half of the former Ames, so there was still more space to fill, and in 2006, another part of the Ames was filled by the Surgery Center of Pottsville. In early 2008, the outside of the mall was renovated to the look it has today, and in 2009, Alverna University Schuylkill campus moved into the mall. In October 2010, CVS would leave the mall, but in 2014, Goodwill would open in its place. Due to cold weather, a primary sprinkler water pipe broke in February 2015, causing some minor damages. Due to an unpaid court judgment over the renovations, Wells Fargo foreclosed on the mall in 2015. Cressona Associates, the mall's owners, owed $8,797,305.81 on the original $9.9 million mortgage. The mall's manager, DAC Realty, who managed the mall, both left before the property's auction. Cressona Mall was sold on October 15, 2015 at a United States Marshals auction for $9,281,842.21 to Wells Fargo. JPMCC 2005 CIBC 13 Route 61 South Limited Partnership was listed as the new owner under Wells Fargo. Yeah, that's a mouthful to say. In November 2016, Planet Fitness would open in the rest of the former Ames spot between the Surgery Center and the mall entrance. In 2018, Cinderella's Closet opened at the mall after previously being located at the now former Schuylkill Mall. In November 2019, the mall was sold to Cressona Realty LLC for 55%, Cressona CH LLC for 40%, and Cressona Nassam LLC for 5% for $8,050,000. Namdar Realty Group was later named in several articles as the primary owner. Cressona Mall was again sold in November 2021 for $16 million to America's Realty. In June of 2022, the Surgery Center of Pottsville closed, and in January 2023, Alverna University left the Cressona Mall and moved to a new location in Pottsville. I would like to thank you very much for watching, and if you stuck with me throughout this whole video, you might also have an interest in dead malls and dying retail. And if you do, feel free to subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and don't forget to leave me a comment. I hope you have a good evening at the premiere, and as always, I will see everyone in the next video.